Yo, so I just watched the first 3 episodes of Unreal Season 2, and I thought I'd stop there because this third episode goes hand in hand with something else I originally wanted to talk about. So, we got some catching up to do, let's just get into it. So this episode was called The Vision, and it was centered around the formation of the group The Vision, Seth Rollins' group. But for being real, this episode was about Bron Breakker becoming the chosen one for the company's future. So let's talk about that for a sec, because this is about to become a problem if the WWE is not careful. So first of all, I do like Bron Breakker. But the problem is, the WWE already messed up by speaking out loud the fact that he's the next chosen one. One too many times. Maybe two, three too many times already. The second problem is, I've now seen Trick Williams and Obafemi. I already knew about Ethan Page. But see, what you did now is you've put Bron Breakker to a standard to where now that we know that he's your plan, as soon as anybody else in his vicinity is doing better than him or is better for it, which in my opinion those other 3 guys are, now there's going to be a problem when your favoritism booking overtakes. Picture this. Imagine you grow up in a family of 6 kids, and your parents have one clear favorite of the 6. He or she gets all the good Christmas gifts. You open your gift and it's a freaking Snickers bar or some shit. You're at a Snickers in a stocking for Christmas. Snickers and socks. That was a rough Christmas. Okay, I'm not going to go into that. But the point is, that's messed up. That's favoritism. That's bad booking. And that's exactly the situation that John Cena was in when he was coming up and why he got so much hate. Because other people were better for it, people felt, while he was getting pushed to the moon. So that's one way to, turn a crowd on somebody that you're supposed to like. But back on to Trick Williams for a second, because I just learned about myself recently. Before now, when it came to WWE, I struggled if you were to ask me who's your favorite WWE male superstar at the moment. Oh, no, sorry. Run that back. I said the word. We don't say superstar in this channel. If you asked me who my favorite wrestler was on the male side of things in the WWE, it would be a hard pick. I didn't really have anyone. All my last favorites are like past their prime at this point and whatever. But as of recent, I'm liking what I'm seeing, and I can, I guess, go ahead and say right now that I think Trick Williams is my next guy. As far as the full package goes, I think it's him. So let's use that example for a second. Let's run that head to head. Trick Williams versus Bron Breakker. Who's got the better look? In my opinion, Trick Williams. Charisma, Trick wins again. On the mic, Trick Williams again. And so on. Now, the in-ring I could probably give to Bron Breakker. I haven't seen too much of Trick in the ring. He seems decent from what I'm seeing so far, but WWE doesn't care about in-ring anyway, so... But you see what I'm talking about. You could run the same head-to-head with Obafemi, and then do the same thing, Ethan Page, and then whoever else you want to use as an example. My point is, the WWE needs to stop speaking out loud what their plan is for who their chosen one is. I already hate the fact, in general, that they gotta put all the eggs into one person's basket in the first place. But if they're going to do it, then at least be willing to pivot or pass it around a little bit more. Because they seem to be dead set as soon as they pick the guy. So now who knows what's going to happen with the future now. But while we're kind of on that topic, let's talk about some of the other recent events that I kind of missed that I might as well just talk about now. So recently some news came out that apparently WWE had some like tryouts going on or something. And apparently there was a focus on them scouting for black talent and bodybuilders. These were 2 things that they were looking for. Another thing. As you watch Unreal, the more you realize how much WWE does not believe in what they speak. They just be saying things. Because they'll say the internet doesn't matter. Again, they're using fan reactions from the internet. Not to mention, Unreal is an internet show, by the way. You gotta watch it on Netflix. So who's Unreal for if it's not... Anyways. So, I guess that leads to my other thing, too. Have you noticed how, like, more now than ever, there's like an ongoing war. It feels like it's WWE versus the fans, or the internet fans, we'll say. And this is going to come into play again later for the next thing I'm going to speak about. But for now, let's talk about what we were just talking about here with the whole black talent thing. Oh, I will say, Powerhouse Hobbs. I did a 3-for-3 AEW to WWE swap draft wish list thing, and Powerhouse Hobbs is one of my picks. So the fact that I'm getting that wish early, that's pretty interesting. Anyways, so he's making his way over, because I guess he's black. So you got him, you got whoever else they were scouting. Obviously, you got the call-ups of Javon Evans and Obafemi. But the point is, I guess Triple H heard the criticism, because a lot of people on the internet were saying that Triple H doesn't push black talent, or he doesn't handle black male talent, I should say, very well. So I guess now he's going out of his way to show that he does. I don't know. Because now I'm hearing that the Street Profits are undergoing a creative reset, whatever that means. So yeah, that's the thing that's happening. And the reason why I bring this up is because I'm wondering, the more I thought about it, I'm wondering how much this has to do, or if this is linked in any way to the fact, or like the whole Jim Ross and Devon situation. Because Triple H was getting that criticism for a long time, so why suddenly now? But the fact that the whole Jim Ross and Devon thing went down, with that whole incident that happened back in 19 whatever, that kind of makes WWE look bad from a historical standpoint. So it feels like maybe that contributed a little bit if I had to guess. But yeah, I don't know. Like, they didn't really have to look too far for black talent if we're going to talk about that. Because everybody's talking about Montez Ford. The more I see now, I actually go Trick Williams over Montez Ford, in my opinion. You want to talk about over with the crap? We were in Germany. I don't know why I said it like that. Trick had the Germans talking about some, whoops, that trick! Okay, that was fucking best. But anyways, back on topic with the whole WWE versus the fans thing. I want to talk about your boy CM Punk. Company man Punk. Mr. My best behavior Punk. So he was on somebody's podcast recently. I meant to talk about this earlier, but we do it now, fuck it. And the whole topic, I think this came up unprovoked, but I don't like what he did here, because this was like kind of like disingenuous. So it was basically about the fans and how they treat the talent, I guess. And he wanted to use Jey Uso as an example. So let me play the clip here.
I want to believe in the magic, and I feel like if you don't have that magic, what do you have? That's what it's all about.
Stay off Twitter like I do. Like, you know, I think a lot of the fans nowadays will work themselves up and they'll believe somebody that calls themselves a journalist or an insider that knows just as much as they do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I know all the cool words, you know, I know the lingo.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can talk to us.
No,
Yeah,
and I
you know,
feel there's verbiage I can, like, even though I work with these guys, there's verbiage I will never use because it's not my place to use that verbiage.
Yeah. I mean, how many people did we have in Barclays last night? 15,000 people, you know, like they all love the show. I'm not saying I'm sure maybe somebody didn't like it, but a lot of times I use Jey Uso as the number one shining example. Jey Uso in every arena, like I'm battling with John Cena and Jey Uso as who sells more t-shirts on any given night. Okay. Everybody's going crazy for his music. They're yeeting. They want him to run it back. This dude can go out on TV for 10 minutes and just yeet.
Yeah.
But then if you went on the internet, oh, he's the worst wrestler alive. Is he? Or are you just extremely hyperbolic? Everything nowadays, this is the best thing ever. This is the worst thing ever. I don't like this, so you have to not like it too. And it's really just like what you like, champion that. I try to stay away from the negativity.
Yeah.
Jey Uso is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay, so I'm glad that he said that, because what we're not going to do is we're not going to act like we don't know what the criticism towards Jey Uso is. It was never about t-shirt sales, because you guys just love bringing that up. Everything else but the wrestling is what you guys like to pinpoint. I've noticed this with WWE personnel. And this is another problem. You want to know why this is a problem? It's because WWE can never make up their mind whether they want to be a movie or a sport. Now, every time Triple H opens his mouth, it's clear that he wants to lean more into the territory of movies. But the problem is, in this pie, he wants to eat just enough of the wrestling cake to the point where it's annoying, because then when you give to the other people that would like more of that cake, you end up getting less than what would have been a half-assed cake if you put even a little bit more effort into it. And that's why it's a problem. I get the wrestlers defending each other. To them, it probably is them versus us. We know nothing. We're the outsiders, blah, blah, blah. We're just watching them. But the fact that he's acting like he doesn't know, because notice how he didn't mention wrestling at all. It was everything else. T-shirt sales, yeeting. Let's talk about how great Jey Uso is. Obviously, he's popular in the crowd, which again, you put all the stock into the crowd until it goes the other way and they finally catch up to the internet's opinion, then suddenly you dismiss them too. Let's stop giving them so much value. All criticism is valid criticism to anyone who's paying to consume or support the product in any way. So let's not do that. But let's talk about stuff like eating for a second, if you're really about it. Let's talk about you sports entertainers real quick. What's SmackDown? 3 hours? Check this out. I want you to book a 3-hour show, and this is how the show is going to go. You're going to open the show. You're going to have your typical walk-ins. You're going to waste the first 5-10 minutes of the show basically doing the same format, making it feel like you're watching reruns every week. Then Jey Uso's going to come out. He's going to come over to SmackDown for a week, and he's going to yeet for 30 minutes. After we're done yeeting for 30 minutes, because we're going to run it back 7 times. For the next 15 minutes, you're going to have Joe Hendry come out, and he's going to sing a song. And then after his song, Ron Killings is going to come out, and then he's going to talk about how Cena's his childhood hero, and he's going to make a few knock-knock jokes. And then after that, the Wyatt Six will appear, and they're going to do the Thriller dance on the way down to the ring. Cody Rhodes will come out, and the whole crowd will get to sing his song 4 times over, all throughout the commercial break. And you get the point. I want you to book a full 3 hours of that and see how well that goes over. I am tired of these WWE personnel, these sports entertainers, trying to downplay the importance of the actual wrestling. Like, fuck me for actually wanting to be entertained in the match. by wrestling moves in pro wrestling. I'm sorry. They can push you to the front, but it doesn't mean you're going to be my favorite if you're not good for it. That's how it works. Drew McIntyre is champion, and I should be excited, but I'm not, because it took both him and Cody Rhodes to go backstage to lobby for Drew to win the match. Because you mean to tell me that if they didn't do that, Cody was about to win again? This is crazy to me. This is giving the most transitional championship run that Drew is about to have. Not to mention they're still booking him like a coward because now he's scared of Jacob Fatu on top of Cody Rhodes. But this is the run that we have to deal with because we're not supposed to like Drew. You want to know the number one reason why people are excited? It's because now finally everything feels fresh because this gate-kept ass belt feels like it could be transferred to anybody next. It's more believable that he could lose, so it's more exciting. Therefore, people are more on the edge of their seats and it's less predictable. So there's that whole dynamic. But if I had to guess, there's like two outcomes that could happen. And it's either Cody wins it back at Mania. First of all, Drew McIntyre might not even make it to WrestleMania as champion. Dude, if Cody wins the Rumble again, the two absolute worst things they could do this year is either Cody 3-peats or Jay 2-peats. Oh my God, if you want to lose fans real quick, do one of those two things. I promise you. I don't care how many t-shirts you're selling, you're going to lose some audience there, CM Punk. That's right, you may as well join the panel with Triple H at this point. But yeah, don't get too comfy with Drew, because even if he does have the title for a decent amount of time, they're going to book him to not be entertaining with it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say about that. The last thing I want to say is, how about we bring back the Raw and SmackDown opening intros? Like, the video intro. Like, enough of these walk-ins, dude. Like, what the hell? Dude, who is in charge of song selection back there? Who's this person that loves hip-hop, but, like, all the wrong songs that would fit for a theme? We just got rid of Travis Scott. We had a chance to do right by an intro. And you go and choose Godzilla by Eminem and Juice WRLD, rest in peace. We had a chance. We went from fiend to this freaking goofy, like, boingy boing beat, like not Austin. Like, this is the same guy who made the Grayson Waller beat or something. Because what is this slinky ass beat here? Boing, 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 boing. Like, get out of my ear. I promise you, to those who don't know, hip hop is much better than this. They're just picking all the wrong songs. If you must have a hip hop song, put me in charge and I'll give you a fitting song real quick to show you that it can work. Everybody wants metal. I could pick you a metal too, but hip hop can do much better than this. It's just they're just trying to be super corporate or mainstream with it and picking all the commercial wacky McTacky whatever beats is this. You guys hate Def Rebel. I told you this was not going to matter. You can get rid of Def Rebel. Their song selection is still going to be trash. They can get real artists in here. They're going to pick songs like this. Everybody's entrance music is going to be by Sexy Red, like Megan Thee Stallion, freaking Cardi B, 6ix9ine. That's going to be all your entrance music because somebody in the back has a hard-on for hip-hop. Okay, I don't even know if I can call it. That's like some ghetto pop or some shit. I don't know what this is. Anyways, I'm out of here. Tysic Thunder.